it's Ilana and welcome back to my channel. So this video, I'm going to be telling you all about the 5 love languages and how it can improve your dating life and your relationship depending what your situation is. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I post content about what it's like to navigate life in dating in Portland and San Francisco. So if you're thinking about moving to any of those cities, or maybe you're just single navigating the dating world, wherever the case may be, go ahead and subscribe down below because I think you'll really like it here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Love languages. Let's talk about them. I feel like this has kind of become a trending topic over the past few years. And not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'd like to say that I knew about the love languages before it was cool. I want to start off by saying I'm not a marriage and family therapist, I'm not a dating coach, a dating expert, but I do have a degree in family sciences. And by degree, I have a master's degree. I do know quite a lot about love and dating and couple functioning, as that's a lot of stuff that I've actually learned in school. And a lot of this information that I'm going to share is based off research and also from Gary Chapman's 5 love languages. What I wanted to do with this video today was to teach you about the 5 different love languages and how they can improve your relationship, even friendship, because this can still be applied to your friends, but obviously you would have to modify some things, of course. Love languages really help you understand your partner and what makes them feel most loved. And when you speak their love language, it will satisfy your partner. And the thing with a love language is that they're also expected to speak yours back, so that way both parties are happy. It's not just one-sided. 2 things that love languages do is that it will improve communication and it will allow you to express your love better and allow your partner to express their love better. So that is why we have love languages. So let's get into the 5 love languages and what they all mean. So let's go over the first love language, and that is words of affirmation. Words matter a lot, and they can send a lot of important messages to your partner. So some examples of words of affirmation can be words of encouragement, it can be a compliment, expressing appreciation, and even showing forgiveness. So some of these examples could be, that dress looks beautiful on you, or babe, congratulations on your promotion at work today. I'm so proud of you. Those are examples of words of affirmation where you say very uplifting and kind, encouraging, thoughtful things to your partner. Sometimes people just feel cared about when you uplift them with your words. That's all it takes for a partner to feel valued. When words of affirmation is being used, this helps a partner with their insecurity, and it will allow them to establish a very strong self-esteem in that relationship, which is something that some people just may need. So when you're able to use words of affirmation, that can significantly improve your relationship and your communication with your partner to help them feel more valued. This next one is quality time. So this is my love language. I've mentioned that on my channel before, but in case you've missed those videos where I've mentioned it, now you know in this one. Quality time. Let's talk about it. Quality time basically counts as giving your partner your undivided attention. And to be present in the moment, it's about togetherness and closeness, but not proximity, if that makes any kind of sense. Some examples of quality time is when you're spending alone time with your partner. You are maybe doing activities together. Maybe you're out in public, but it's just the 2 of you together, still focusing on each other. So for an example, you're going on a hike together. You're by yourselves, you're doing something very fun, and that still counts as quality time. Deep and meaningful conversations when you're alone is a great example of quality time. I know myself so well, I'm a huge talker. Talking and having great conversations wherever I am with my partner one-on-one is exactly what I enjoy doing. That's how I feel connected to my partner on all sorts of different connection levels. If I don't get quality time with my partner, I feel unvalued, I feel uncared about when my partner doesn't make time for me. So it's really important that I am getting their undivided attention. Spending 30 minutes doing something together doesn't really count as quality time. quality time should literally be not lasting forever, but it needs to be enough so that partner feels satisfied. This love language is really just focusing on about having fun together and living in that moment with just the two of you. And that is what brings that closeness together in that relationship or even a friendship. This really applies to my friends. And I know if I'm with my friend and we get distracted, or if my friend cancels on me and they can't hang out with me anymore, it does put me down a bit because then I don't get to spend that time with them. So this is a great example of how this doesn't just apply in relationships, but it can apply in your friendships as well. If your partner's love language is quality time, make sure that you are very mindful of this and their emotions, and that you're listening and you're hearing them out, because also listening to what they have to say still counts as quality time, because it really shows that you are paying attention to them. So now that you know what quality time is, let's go to the third love language. This third love language is called receiving gifts. So this doesn't necessarily mean you have to be spending loads of money and buying your partner all sorts of presents or getting them flowers every single day. This can truly just be small items, really. Anything that has meaning to it. When you give your partner gifts, that can be one way that you're demonstrating how much you value your partner. And I think giving gifts to somebody is probably the easiest love language that you could possibly speak. I don't know too many people that have this love language, but it does exist where many people feel valued when their partner is doing a lot of giving to them. When it comes to giving gifts, you actually have a lot of influence on their emotions and how they feel in terms of being emotionally secure and stable. Something as just being for that person in a time of need or crisis can actually count as giving a gift. You'll be surprised how quality time and words of affirmation can really tie into this love language together. But other things that are really interesting about receiving gifts or giving gifts is that this can actually change a partner's attitude about money. And it doesn't necessarily, again, mean you have to go out and spend a ton of money on your partner to buy them things. Gift giving can still apply to free gifts, and I'm sure your partner will feel grateful for whatever you get them, as long as you're putting thought into it and it's genuine and has a lot of meaning behind the gift. That is what really matters when it comes to the gift itself. Just remember that spending money on people is not going to equal to happiness and romantic security. That's not what this love language is about. It's really just about providing a sense of emotional support by doing it in a more physical way with an item, if that makes any kind of sense. That is gift giving. Let's go on to the next one, which is acts of service. Acts of service is kind of what you think it is. You are doing things for your partner that they would like for you to do. It could be cooking, it could be cleaning, it could be taking care of the kids. There's a little trick to this though. You have to do it on your own time, and you're doing it because you want to, not because your partner is telling you. I am almost positive this is my mom's love language. I don't think she's ever taken the love language quiz before, but I know my mom really appreciates it when my dad will help around the house when he's not being told to do it. Because when my mom just says, please clean the kitchen, he won't do it unless she asks him. But if he just cleans the kitchen out of his free will without her telling him to clean the kitchen, that is how my mom feels valued and appreciated. I don't know many people who have acts of service as their love language, but I swear I am almost positive this is my mom's love language. So the trick with this love language, if this is your partner's love language, it's to be very genuine when it comes to doing acts of services, and that you want to do it from the kindness of your heart, and you're doing it simply because you want to do it, not just because you know it's going to make your partner happy. Does that make sense? It has to be a thoughtful act, and you need to have the time and the energy to do it. Because if you do something where you don't have the time and the energy to do it, you're going to feel resentful afterwards, and that's not what we want. So make sure that you have the time and the energy to do it, you're excited about it, and you're genuine. Now that you know acts of services, let's go to the last one, which is physical touch. Okay, so the last love language is physical touch. And no, this is not just sex. Physical touch is more than that. So get your mind out of the gutter. This can be a big make or break for some people who have this love language. Most men that I know, this is their love language, and that's okay. I can see why men feel more loved and valued by physical touch, and it truly does go beyond just sex. For this love language, some acts of physical touch can include hugging, kissing, holding hands, giving your partner a massage, rubbing their arm, maybe a gentle caress of the inner thigh. Anyone play Cards Against Humanity? That's such a funny card. Anyway, those are all simple acts of physical touch. If your partner feels the most loved or cared about when you touch them, then do more of it. I think this is actually a very easy love language to speak. Of course, this may be harder for people who have been through some really bad experiences. I'm just gonna word that very lightly because I don't want to trigger anybody. Hopefully you know what I mean. So this could be harder for some people to speak, but that is why you have to communicate these needs to each other so you can talk about it and how you can fulfill your partner's love language so they can feel valued and cared about in some kind of way. There are exceptions to this one, but again, it's really important that it's communicated and that there aren't any kind of pressures being put on one another when it comes to stuff like this. It's really important that you are mindful about how you are touching your partner and if they are enjoying it, and learning what makes them comfortable and what makes them uncomfortable. So that is another big thing that you need to know when it comes to speaking this love language. Just to kind of recap why expressing love for your partner is important. When your partner expresses love, or when just somebody expresses love in general, and the partner isn't reciprocating those feelings back, there's going to be a lot of resentment, and they are going to feel like they're not cared about. You really need to know what your partner is looking for, because if you don't understand it, then you're gonna be confused, they're gonna be confused, and then it's going to cause a lot of dissatisfaction in that relationship. Be intentional when it comes to expressing your feelings and learn how to be an affectionate communicator. That is kind of what these love languages are trying to tell us. And this can apply whether you're casually dating somebody, whether you're in a serious relationship, or maybe you just simply have friends. Again, you can still apply this with your friends. It has been proven that understanding your partner's love language and having them understand yours will increase relationship satisfaction and improve that relationship because you know what makes that person feel loved and valued. And in order for this to work in the long term, you have to be consistent with it. So keep speaking your partner's love language, and I promise you, you will have a very satisfying relationship. So now, to end this, I'm curious to know, what is your love language? Do you know it already? If so, comment down below, let me know what it is. If you don't know what it is, well, I will have the quiz for you to take in the description down below. It is the original questionnaire that was made by Gary Chapman himself, who created the love languages. So take some minutes out of your day to fill it out and then let me know what it is. Guys, if you liked this video and you found it insightful and you think it'll help you better your dating life, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next week with a brand new video. Bye!